Yo, YOH, my people. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, I see you. Please subscribe because trust me, you do not want to be catching these Kwababa updates 2 days late, not with the way this show has been behaving lately. Okay, so, if you've been living under a rock, Kwababa, Mzansi Magic's 1930 telenovela, the one with the Makaizers and the Motongs, the one that has literally taken over group chats across the country, that's what we're talking about today. And listen. If you thought last week was heavy, if you thought okay surely they'll give us a breather now, my friend. No. They did not give us a breather. They gave us a grenade. So grab your tea, grab your snacks, get comfortable, because today we are unpacking everything that went down, the paternity bombshell finally detonating in the Makai's house, Dumasani being Dumasani, you'll see what I mean, Mlaba making a decision that had me literally covering my mouth, and Mombokozi doing the most Mombokozi thing she has ever done. Let's get into it, step by step, scene by scene. Don't worry if you missed it, I've got you. Scene 1, the Makai's homestead, early morning. Okay, so we open, as we usually do, at the Makai's homestead, and the vibe is already off. Like, you know how sometimes a show doesn't even need dialogue to tell you something bad is coming? The way the camera lingers on Zweliki standing outside, just staring at nothing. Yeah. That. Zweliki has obviously not slept. We all know why. This whole paternity storyline has been eating away at him for weeks now, this idea that the man he has called father his entire life might not actually be his father. And can we just sit with that for a second? Because this isn't just some random plot twist for shock value, this hits at everything for Zweliki. His name. His inheritance. His right to lead as Inkosana. Everything he has built his entire identity on. So yeah, the man is not okay, and honestly. Fair. Solomon comes outside to find him there, and this is where it gets interesting, because Solomon, who has made it very clear over the past few weeks exactly where he stands on Zweliki and Bahumi's relationship, Solomon tries to have what looks like a let's talk man-to-man moment. But here's the thing, and I need you to pay attention here because I think this is going to matter later, Solomon's tone is a little too calm. A little too controlled. Like a man who already knows something Zweliki doesn't. I don't know about you, but the way Solomon is being written recently. I do not trust him. I do not trust him. Write that down. Scene 2, the Motong house. Cut to the Motongs, and thank God, because we needed a scene where somebody in this show is allowed to just breathe for 5 minutes. Bahumi is going about her morning, trying to act normal, but Momotong, bless this woman, honestly one of the most underrated characters on this show, Momotong can see straight through her daughter. Mothers always know, hey. There's this really tender little exchange where Momotong basically tells Bahumi, without saying it outright, that she knows something is wrong with Zweliki, and that whatever storm is coming, the Motalang family stands with her. And listen, after everything this family has been through, the failed Lobola negotiation, the humiliation, the heartbreak, to see Momotong show up for her daughter like this. I actually got a little emotional. Small win in a very heavy episode. But, and you knew there was a but coming, this sweet moment gets interrupted almost immediately by a phone call. Bahumi's face changes the second she picks up. And we, the viewers, don't get to hear who's on the other end yet. Classic Kwababa. They love doing this to us. Love torturing us. Scene 3, Mlaba and Dumasani, the office. Okay, now this is the scene everybody's been talking about online, and I completely understand why. So remember, Mlaba has been quietly stepping out from under Dumasani's shadow for weeks, building his own side hustle, getting tangled up with Charlie's world, all of that. And Dumasani, who has never in his life been challenged by anybody, especially not somebody he considers beneath him, finally corners Lobola about the new business deal he's been keeping quiet. The way this confrontation is shot, genuinely one of the tensest scenes this show has done. Dumisani starts off smooth, almost friendly, which if you know Dumisani by now, you know that is exactly when he's most dangerous. He's needling, he's fishing for information, trying to get Lobola to slip up and confirm what he already suspects. And here's the moment that had me sitting up straight: Lobola does not back down. For weeks this man has been playing it safe, dodging, avoiding confrontation. But this time, he looks Dumisani dead in the eye and basically tells him that his days of controlling everyone in this family are numbered. That people are done being afraid of him. Can we talk about character growth for a second? Because this Lobola is not the same Lobola from episode 1. I was not expecting him to plant his feet like that. Dumisani's face in that moment, I paused it, I promise you, the man was genuinely stunned. Nobody talks to Dumisani like that. Nobody. Of course, Dumisani doesn't just let it go. He gives this chilling little line, something like, "Don't get comfortable," because everyone who's ever tried to stand up to him has regretted it. And honestly, given his track record on this show, that is not a threat I'm taking lightly. Neither should Lobola, if I'm honest. Scene 4, Mombokozi's packed bags. Okay, deep breath, because this next scene genuinely broke my heart a little bit. We find Mombokozi in her room, and she is packing. Bags on the bed, clothes being folded with shaky hands, and you can tell, this is not a woman going on a nice little holiday. This is a woman running. Now, if you've been following the last few weeks, you know Mombokozi has been carrying so much, the fallout from what happened with Musa and Konya, trying to hold this family together while everyone around her is falling apart. And I think for her, this trip to KZN isn't really about visiting family. I think it's about escaping. Getting away from a house that has become suffocating. Nelisab walks in on her mid-pack and there's this devastating little back and forth where Nelisab is basically begging her not to go, telling her the family needs her, and Mombokozi, and this line genuinely got me, basically says something like, she can't keep being the one holding everyone else together while nobody holds her together. Honestly. Preach. I've been saying this woman deserves better for weeks now. She has been the emotional glue of that entire household and nobody checks in on her. So yeah, I don't blame her one bit for needing to get away. My only worry is, with her gone, who's left to keep the peace in that house? Because from what we've seen today, nobody. Scene 5, Bahumi's phone call revealed. Remember that mystery phone call from earlier? We finally get the reveal, and OH. My word. It's Zweleki. And he's calling to ask Bahumi to meet him, urgently. His voice on the call is shaking, and you can immediately tell, whatever this is, it's big. Bahumi, obviously worried, agrees to meet him at their usual spot, that little spot overlooking the township that's become their place throughout this whole love story. The way this scene is scored, with that low, ominous music building underneath their conversation. The show knows what it's doing. They are building us up for something huge, and I am telling you now, my gut says this is where the paternity secret finally comes out into the open. Not just Zweleki knowing it privately anymore. I think today's the day somebody says it out loud. Scene 6, the confrontation at the lookout spot. Okay. This is it. This is the scene. Zweleki and Bahumi meet, and at first he can barely get the words out. You can see him rehearsing it in his head, trying to find a way to say something that doesn't have a gentle way of being said. And then finally, it comes out. He tells her what he's discovered, that the man he's always called his father might not be his biological father at all. That there's a secret buried in his family that could unravel everything, his name, his claim to the Makai's legacy, his right to become Inkasona. Bahumi's reaction here is honestly so well done. She doesn't panic, she doesn't pull away, she grabs his hand and tells him that whoever his blood father is, it doesn't change who he is. That the man she fell in love with built himself, not his surname. I'm not crying, you're crying. Okay, maybe I'm a little emotional. Sue me. But then, and this is the gut punch, Zweliki tells her there's more. That he thinks Solomon already knows the truth. And has known for a while. And has been letting him walk around not knowing, letting him almost become Inkosana under false pretenses. Bahumi goes completely still. And you can see it click in both their minds at the same time. If Solomon has known this whole time, what else has he been hiding? And more importantly, why would he keep something this massive quiet? I told you not to trust that man. I told you. Scene 7, Dumasani overhears everything. Now here's where the episode absolutely floors you. Because as this whole heartbreaking, intimate confrontation is happening between Zweliki and Bahumi, the camera pulls back, and we see a figure lurking near the bushes, listening to every single word. It's Dumasani. I actually gasped out loud. Genuinely, out loud, in my living room, alone. Because Dumasani, who already has beef with Mloba, who is already circling this family looking for any weakness to exploit, now has the biggest weapon imaginable. Proof, or at least strong suspicion, that Zweliki's claim to the Makai's name and legacy might be built on a lie. Do you understand what this means? If Dumasani gets to that information before Zweliki can control the narrative, before the family can process it on their own terms, Dumasani could use this to tear the entire Makai's inheritance apart. Legally. Publicly. Brutally. The episode ends on Dumasani's face, this small, slow, absolutely chilling smile creeping across his lips as he turns and walks away. Cut to black. I actually yelled at my screen. I'm not even exaggerating for the recap, I genuinely yelled. Reactions wrap up. Okay, so let's just sit with everything that happened today, because that was a lot. We've got Mlobo finally standing up to Dumasani, which, good for him, but also, knowing this show, I am worried about what price he's going to pay for that. We've got Momokozi walking away from a family that's been draining her dry, which, valid, but also leaves a massive gap in that household at the worst possible time. And then the big one, Zweliki's paternity secret is officially out in the world now, not contained anymore, and it landed in the worst possible hands. My honest reaction. I think Solomon is going to try to control this narrative before Dumasani can use it as a weapon, which means we're about to get a full-blown Makai's family war. I also would not be shocked if Dumasani doesn't move immediately. I think he's the type to sit on information like this and use it exactly when it'll do the most damage, probably right when Zweliki is closest to officially stepping into his role as Inkosana. That would be the most devastating timing, and this show loves devastating timing. And can we talk about Bahumi for a second? Because I need her to stay exactly as steady as she was in that lookout scene. This family is about to implode, and if there's one person Zweliki needs in his corner right now, unwavering, it's her. OUTRO. Alright, that is everything for today's Kwababa recap. If this got you as hooked as it got me, please hit that like button, it genuinely helps this channel so much. If you're new here, subscribe, turn on notifications, because trust me, with the way this storyline is escalating, you do not want to miss the next one. And drop a comment below, do you think Dumasani moves on this secret straight away, or does he sit on it and wait? Do you think Solomon gets ahead of the story first? And please, somebody tell me I'm not the only one who does not trust that man. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you right back here for the next recap, same time, same place. Until then, stay tuned, my people. Kwababa is not playing around this season. Bye guys. Yellow heart.